Good morning, Vietnam! As you can tell from my military hat, it's good to see you in Vietnam, a long, thin strip of land trapped between jungle, mountains, and the sea. For centuries, bigger powers like China, France, Japan, and USA tried to control it, and every single time Vietnam fought back. So, it's not a country built around comfort, it's a country built around survival. Even today, you can still feel it. People wake up before sunrise, work non-stop, eat on tiny plastic chairs on the side of the road, and somehow keep moving no matter what happens. Also, Vietnam grew insanely fast in recent years, but underneath the modern buildings and tourism, there's still something very raw about it, especially in the north, which is colder and more traditional, and this is where many revolutions started. Vietnam is home to 54 ethnic groups, and up in the mountains of the north, more than 20 different minorities live scattered across remote villages. Today I'm heading there, toward the Giang Loop, and for the next 4 days this road will be my home. Let's give a quick overview of the first day of the Giang Loop. It begins in Giang City before climbing into the mountains of northern Vietnam. The first major stop is Bac Sum Pass, a winding road surrounded by steep green valleys and sharp limestone peaks. From there, the route reaches Quan Ba Heaven Gate, one of the most famous viewpoints in the region, overlooking the twin mountains and the valley below. After passing through the small town of Tam Son and the rural village of Lung Tam, the journey ends near Juja Waterfall, deep in the quiet countryside of Giang. Now, let's go a bit more into details. I will leave Giang City early in the morning, and this area in the far north of Vietnam stayed isolated for years because of the mountains. And that's why the culture feels completely different from places like Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh. The first stop after leaving Giang City is Bac Sum Pass, and here the road starts twisting through the mountains with insane views of clouds and rice fields everywhere. Proceeding ahead, I will reach Quan Ba Heaven Gate, and back in the past, this point was considered the entrance to the remote northern mountains. The landscape here looks untouched, with huge valleys covered in fog, small houses hidden between rice fields, and people living the same mountain life their families lived generations ago. Then I will admire the famous twin mountains of Tam Son. Locals call them the Fairy Bosom Mountains, and according to the legend, a fairy from heaven fell in love with a local man and stayed on earth. When she was forced to leave, she left her breasts behind to feed her child. And somehow that became a mountain. At the end of this first day, I will reach Juja village and I will give a look at its waterfalls. Alright, that's all for now. So, let's go, comrades.
Alright guys, I'm officially on a sleeper bus headed to the far north of Vietnam to a place they call the final frontier, Giang. Over the next 4 days, I'll be riding through some of the most remote, dangerous and breathtaking road in Southeast Asia. They call it the Giang Loop. It is a wild road through misty mountains, deep valleys, ethnic villages, and steep roads with no guardrails. So a very safe and calm trip for me, with no protection. The Giang Loop isn't just a scenic ride, it's a path through centuries of isolation, war and resistance. And in a moment I will tell you more about it, because I found some very interesting notes and I want to share them with you. But before, I want to show also the coffin I'm on at the moment. So, this is the bus. Almost no space. But okay. I think it's doable for 7 hours. At least I can sleep. Can't sit, but I can sleep. So, let's go back to history. For hundreds or maybe thousands of years, this region was home to the ethnic minorities like the Hmong, the Thai, the Lolo, the Dao, and many others. Sorry if my pronunciation is not correct. These groups didn't follow the same culture as the lowland Vietnamese. In fact, they had their own languages, their own traditions, their own ways of life. And in fact, many of them lived in a nearly complete isolation in the mountains, farming rice and corn on steep terraces. The terrain here is so rough that also the Vietnamese imperial court never really controlled it directly. During the French colonial period, in the late 19th and early 20th century, the French struggled to gain control of Giang. In fact, the rugged landscape, tribal resistance, made it nearly impossible. Still, they established military posts and attempted to collect taxes, but often unsuccessfully. In the early 1900s, the French made a deal with a powerful Hmong leader named Quang Chinh Duc. Sorry again, eventually for my bad pronunciation. But anyway, they officially recognized him as the Hmong king, and his palace still stands in Sachin area. During the Vietnamese War and before, Giang's mountains were a base for resistance fighters. First against the French, as I said before, then against American forces. The north was controlled by communist government, but again, Giang's isolation made governance extremely difficult. Even after reunification, in fact, in 1975, conflict didn't really end. And in 1979, China invaded northern Vietnam in a short but very bloody war. One of the most amazing things about the Giang Loop is the Mapi Lang Pass and the road that leads to it. In fact, this stretch was built in the 1960s by young Vietnamese volunteers, many of whom were just teenagers at the time. And they used picks, shovels, and dynamite to carve the road into the mountains. And the project was so brutal that some of them also died during the construction. At the end, they called the final project the Road of Happiness, symbolizing unity and access to the north remote regions. For a long time, Giang remained off the radar for tourists. In fact, till 2015, foreigners were required to have a special permit to travel there. Now, instead, the loop has become a pilgrimage for backpackers and adventurers. But even with that, many of the villages remain deeply traditional. So the Giang Loop isn't just a wild ride through epic mountains. It's way more. It's a ride through time, through the struggles of remote land, the strength of its people, and the resilience of culture that have refused to disappear. And that's exactly what I will try to understand more in the next 4 days. So, see you. So man, what's your name again?
Giang.
Chin. Okay.
And then you?
Edo. You can call me Edo. Yeah. It's the short version for Eduardo. But here it's very difficult. Oh wow, you said it perfectly.
Bravo, right?
Good, yes.
Bravo.
Eduardo.
Okay.
Chin. Okay. So, Chin, this is your hometown? Like Giang is your hometown?
This is my hometown.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have lived here like since you were a child.
Yeah.
And you have family here also? Nice. I'm from Italy. Yeah, you know Venice? Venice, yeah, in the north of Italy. It's a nice place.
check this out. Oh, look how amazing this place is. My goodness. Wow. Very beautiful. So beautiful. There are so many waterfalls here. Ah, because of the rain. Yeah. Yesterday night it was raining. Yeah, a lot. How many days per month do you drive? Five to 28. My goodness. More adventurous. We like it, we like it. We like it. So this is a local market in the middle of nothing, literally. A lot of fruit, plums, lychee, kind of zucchini, I don't know. Phones out of nowhere. Drinks, more fruit, meat, sausage.
Trên đất người ta lầu mà chị phố là
And after visiting Lung Town Market, just a quick interruption to give an insight about traditional sports. One thing you see in Vietnam is this game called Da Cao, sorry eventually for my bad pronunciation, or foot shuttlecock in English. It actually goes back centuries and became super popular during the 20th century because you don't need much to play it. Just a small feather shuttlecock and enough balance not to embarrass yourself in public. The goal is pretty simple. Keep it in the air using your feet, knees, body, whatever, without letting touch the ground. So definitely a good chance to learn from experienced Vietnamese masters of the game. Difficult.
It is.
Not that easy at all.
I mean, with the ball, I would be worse.
Ronaldinho.
At least it is slow.
The Italian Ronaldinho.
No. There's only one Ronaldinho here.
Nó dặn khỏi cái gì rồi.
5, 6.
Oh, come on!
One more. Oh! Keep going. Oh, the bro! Oh, come on!
Oh, ready?
believe, how can we?
It's really difficult.
Ah,
Yeah. Good one, good one! Good.
it's quite surprising, but it like bounces. Is the method needed? I think so, because if you had the feather, it wouldn't have like you wouldn't be able to kick anything. Ah, okay.
Because the metal adds weight.
Wait, it's a
Yeah.
weight. Yes.
We're doing what we couldn't do when we were children. Like when we were in that situation where your mom was like, don't play in the middle of traffic.
Yeah. There are cars, there are motorbikes, dangerous. Oh, hang on.
Let's go!
Yes. What? That was dangerous.
Yeah.
Make 8 plus again. Again. I think we've done more than that.
Maybe one time.
Over the whole thing.
Maybe one time, and with the guy that did like 5 on his
Yeah,
own.
yeah. Maybe 8 different people.
Oh.
Ready, go.
Okay.
This is the game.
Oh, this was a nice kill. But very smart. Now we jump. Woo! Nice roller coaster. Hello. 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 What does it mean, apwao?
Huh?
Apwao.
No. He say you wanna eat.
Ah, you wanna eat?
You wanna eat the food.
Okay. So cute.
Oh my god. Holy
Oh. Okay, this was difficult.
We done.
Now you can relax a bit,
Yeah.
finally. Yep, of course. You can go faster if you want. No, I'm joking, I'm joking.
I'm moving.
I like sporty drive.
Okay. I will show you the.
We now without dying, possibly. Wow, so beautiful here.
Nice place.
Yeah. just arrived in Juja waterfall here. I think it's fucking cold. Let's see. Man, it's fucking freezing. Woo! That's so beautiful. And now that also the sun popped up, it's so hot here.